Hi everyone. So we've been discussing what? We've been discussing sex determination in different organisms, right? So today we will be discussing haplodiploid sex determination. I told you it is mostly seen in organisms or in insects that live in social colonies. So for example in bees, wasps, ants as well. In bees, you have this in details, we'll try to understand. In bees, there are females and males. The females can either be a queen or the workers, okay? And the males are called the drones. Remember that the females are usually diploid whereas the males are haploid. Now, why is it so? So, what happens is when, let's say, this drone is haploid. So it does mitosis for gametogenesis and produces sperms. Once the sperms are made during something known as the nuptial flights, okay, the queen collects the sperms in her reproductive tract. Now, when the queen does gametogenesis, she does meiosis and forms eggs. Now, these eggs can either get fertilized with these sperms and then they will form diploid females, okay? Or the eggs can remain unfertilized, and in that case it will form haploid drones. Now once these diploid females are done, what happens is the diet of the bee varies. Because of the variation in the diet, they are either given royal jelly, so whichever fertilized organism is fed royal jelly, it turns into the next queen, and the other get the bee's bread or the worker's bread, and they all become workers, right? So based on the diet, then the changes will happen. I hope this is good. Now also a very, very interesting thing about this kind of inheritance is that these drones, they are said to have no fathers, but they can be grandfathers. Now, what does that mean? So, how is a drone formed? A drone is formed without fertilization. So, an egg will mature into a drone. So no contribution from a male. Therefore, they have no fathers. But this drone will contribute one chromosome, a haploid set, right, in the formation of the next queen, which will form another drone, right? So this drone, even though it has no father, can have a grandson. The queen will become its daughter and then it can have a grandson, right? So that is why it said that these drones, they have no father, but they can have grandchildren or grandsons, okay? So I hope this much was clear. This is haplodiploid method of organism sex determination. We will also be doing free Martinism, right? So let's understand what free Martinism is. So then what is free Martinism, correct? So free Martinism का मतलब है जब कोई twin किसी भी cattle में in a cow, twins are born such that one is male and one is female. तो female usually जो होती है वो sterile होती है और उसमें बहुत सारे मेल कैरेक्टर्स होते हैं, ठीक है? बट ऐसा क्यों होता है? ऐसा इसलिए होता है क्योंकि कैटल में जो उनका फीटल मेम्ब्रेन्स है ना, वो ऐसे फ्यूज्ड होते हैं ताकि जो सर्कुलेशन है दो ट्वीन्स के बीच में वो कॉमन सर्कुलेशन हो. Now, because there is a common circulation, obviously, the hormones produced by both the fetuses will be able to reach the other, right? मेल जो हार्मोन्स बनाएंगे वो फीमेल्स तक पहुंच सकता है, फीमेल्स जो हार्मोन्स बनाएंगे वो मेल्स तक पहुंच सकते हैं. प्रॉब्लम इसमें आ जाती है कि ये जो फीमेल सेक्स हार्मोन्स बनने लगते हैं वो मेल हार्मोन्स के बाद बनती है. तो पहले मेल के बॉडी में, मेल फीटस में हार्मोन्स बनने लगते हैं और वो हार्मोन्स ऑब्वियसली फीमेल फीटस के पास आती है. जब वो फीमेल फीटस के पास आती है वो फीमेल काफ के डेवलपमेंट को इन्फ्लुएंस करता है एंड नॉर्मल फेमिनिन जो डेवलपमेंट है वो नहीं हो पाती है. Later, when the female sex hormones are produced, they are unable to change or revert the maleness that has been induced by the male hormones. So as a result, female development gets suppressed, because of which there is sterility and presence of many male characters. इसको free Martinism बोलते हैं. Free Martinism is a very good example to understand how hormones can have a strong influence on gender or sex determination during the fetal stages. Fetal stages में अगर hormonal imbalances है, male hormone, female hormones के correct availability is extremely important for deciding the fertility as well as the sex of the individual. Okay? अगर उसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, जैसे यहाँ पे मेल हॉर्मोन्स पहले सिक्रेट हुआ और उसने इन्फ्लुएंस कर दिया, वो इन्फ्लुएंस फिर रिवर्ट नहीं हो पाया and therefore sterility. Correct? So that's free Martinism. Now, sex determination also happens in plants. Like we discussed yesterday in the last video, is that maize में जेनिक डिटर्मिनेशन होता है. मतलब एक इंडिविजुअल जीन है जो टैसल और कॉब के इन्फ्लोरेसेंस को डिसाइड करता है. करेक्ट? अगर टैसल बन रहा है तो मेल, अगर कॉब बन रहा है तो फीमेल. सिमिलरली क्लेमाइडोमोनास, न्यूरोस्पोरा, एस्परागस, इन सब में कुछ इंडिविजुअल जीन्स हैं जो जेंडर डिसाइडिंग फैक्टर है. बट फॉर मोस्ट प्लांट्स, फॉर एग्जाम्पल कॉक्सीनिया, मेलांड्रियम, कॉक्सीनिया बिलोंग्स टू the Cucurbitaceae family, right? So the cucumber family. It has been seen that इनमें हमारे जैसे ही XY composition होता है. Males में Y होती है. Y is responsible for a gene which will decide maleness. Correct? Therefore, males are heterogametic. है ना? Females are homogametic. So it is just like humans. And in some plants like strawberries, heterogametic females have been seen. So it's the opposite, right? Also, we have noticed that X is to A, that is genic balance theory, जो ड्रोसोफिला में होता है, वैसा भी सेक्स इनहेरिटेंस इनमें पाए जाते हैं. So basically, plants में there is, depending on the family or the species, the type of sex determination will vary. In some cases, the males will be heterogametic. In some cases, the females will be heterogametic. In some cases, even genic balance theory, like the Drosophila, will come into action. Or it can also have a single gene influence, right? So there can be multiple. इसके examples याद रखना बहुत important है क्योंकि direct example based questions आ सकते हैं, right? फ्री मार्टिनिज्म में कॉन्सेप्ट समझना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि कॉन्सेप्ट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. ठीक है, चलो, आई विल सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो. आई होप दिस मच वाज क्लियर. लेट मी नो इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स. या, थैंक यू.